Everyone thought it was just another brutal training day, until the general's fist crossed a line no one believed he'd dare cross. What happened next unfolded so fast that 500 soldiers would remember it for the rest of their lives. The parade ground baked under a sharp, bright sun, dust shimmering above the concrete as 500 soldiers stood in perfect rows. Boots were aligned, chins lifted, and at the center of it all stood Cadet Elena Markov, 21 years old, spine straight, heart pounding like it might crack her ribs. The general paced in front of them, his shadow slicing across the ground. His voice was cold, rehearsed in cruelty. He stopped in front of Elena, eyes narrowing as if she were a stain on his uniform. One sentence fell from his mouth, cutting, humiliating. She didn't flinch. That was mistake number one. Before anyone could process what they were seeing, his hand moved. The sound wasn't loud, just a sharp, shocking crack. Elena staggered sideways, the taste of iron flooding her mouth as the world tilted. 500 soldiers froze. No one breathed. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Elena forced herself upright. Her vision blurred, sunlight flashing white at the edges. Somewhere inside her, panic screamed. But deeper than fear was something steadier. Pride. The same pride that had carried her through nights of exhaustion and doubt. She tasted blood and swallowed it. She would not fall. The general sneered, convinced the moment was his. He didn't notice the shift in the air, because 3 rows back, Sergeant Daniel Rourke had gone very still. Rourke was built like the kind of man you didn't notice until it was too late. Quiet strength, eyes always watching. A combat instructor, decorated, and Elena's mentor, though no one was supposed to know that. His hands curled slowly at his sides as memories surfaced. Faces of soldiers broken by unchecked power. Commands followed when they never should have been. He thought of the oath. He thought of the line between authority and abuse. He crossed it. Boots struck the ground as Rourke stepped out of formation. Murmurs rippled through the ranks like wind through tall grass. The general turned, fury igniting his face, mouth opening to shout an order that would never leave his lips. Rourke moved with controlled precision, not rage. One step. One breath, one clean, decisive strike. The general collapsed backward, unconscious before he hit the ground, his cap tumbling into the dust. Silence detonated across the yard. Elena stood frozen, her cheek burning, watching power crumble in real time. Soldiers stared. Some gasped. Others felt something dangerous, an unfamiliar bloom in their chests. Hope. She thought she'd never see him again. She was wrong. Officers rushed in. Voices colliding, radios crackling. The sun remained cruelly bright, illuminating everything. No shadows to hide in. Rourke didn't run. He stood at attention beside Elena, jaw set, ready for whatever came next. And that was when the truth arrived. Witnesses spoke, too many, too clearly. 500 accounts, the punch, the silence before it, the strike that ended it. The investigation was swift, public, unavoidable. Days later, under that same daylight, the general's name was stripped from the base. His career ended not with ceremony, but with consequences. Rourke was suspended, yes, but reinstated soon after, quietly commended for stopping an unlawful assault. Elena healed. The bruise faded. Something stronger replaced it. On graduation day, she marched with her head high. In the crowd, Rourke stood among civilians, clapping once firmly, pride shining in his eyes. She caught it, held it, and carried it forward. Because courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it steps out of line when silence becomes betrayal, and the same ground that witnessed her humiliation now reflected her strength under the very same sun. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below. I read every comment, and if you believe stories like this deserve to be told, subscribe and stay with us. You're always welcome here.